Are we actually
Shut
live?
up!
We're actually online this time.
You're lying. You're a liar.
Second time's the charm.
Ugh.
Like, see, Brit has it. Boring. Here I'm watching fucking start screen. Get your lives together.
Everyone listening, you don't know what you missed. We had the best 5 minutes
It was
before the show.
amazing. We
It
we
was,
covered a lot of cutting issues.
yeah.
Uh,
I
whew.
think Brad even told us some actually new stuff that is coming up. But since we're live
I
now,
broke
we
my
can talk about
NDA, so it was crazy.
Oh man. We are
All of the things.
things in.
Alan, let's start with why are you outside the zone? Why is the zone here?
I'm
and
trying to
you're-
make I'm trying to build an army for Brad because I said I'd do it, and then I just like every day I wake up and I think like, why do I say things that I don't really mean? And then I just keep trugging along.
Talk, man. That's so hurtful talk.
um,
That hurts. Now I'm not in the zone. I'm out of the zone now. It is going, brothers. It is going, brothers and sisters.
but yeah, no, it is what it is. I'm trying to make like a thematic army for Brad because Brad made a comment that was really nice. He said like something along the lines of like, "Hey, Alan, make me a free army." But that wasn't the nice comment. He actually had a nice comment. He said something along the lines of like, "I miss when people came to tournaments with like thematic, well painted armies with good display boards and like they put like a lot of effort into their stuff." And then he's like, "Hey, can you do that in 4 weeks?" So yeah.
So what Brad really said is, I wish I had a cool looking army that someone else made for me, so I can get a cool score for it.
I mean,
I don't
that's
think he
not
really cares
exactly
about
what
the
he
score.
said.
I'm trying to be. I would be honest actually here by saying that I don't think Brad super cares about the score. He just wants to have a cool looking army. He
I want
just
us to
likes
have a
that.
cool-looking army.
Yeah, he just likes
I
that
want
that
style
part.
points, yo.
Yeah, that's his big thing.
I think Brad, in the essence of what we've been talking about before, wants the big prize support because he's poor as fuck.
Well, I'm trying to.
Yeah. I mean, also, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna jack all of his prize support if I'm giving him a free army for at least 1 year. It's like 1 year of just my prize support, period. Regardless of what prize he wins, it's just
I mean,
mine
we
for a
have some
year.
Stuff that I'm just sitting here. I have an Indominus box for you.
No one wants an Indominus box. 0 people. But
He's gonna want an Indominus box. He's using it for his neck rods.
actually, what I'm gonna probably have you do is just give your award to the youngest person in every tournament you win. That'll just do that for like a year. Because I don't need
I'm gonna make him
models.
wrestle me for it though.
Yeah, they can wrestle you for it. That's fine.
Luckily, Tony Kopak isn't playing anymore.
As long as they
so
get
it's
a
someone
gun.
else.
Yeah.
The
If
robots.
If Kopak was playing, he would just win the tournament. Brad would come in second. So Brad would come in Brad place. Brad place.
Yes.
So, but no, Daniel, you know, man, it's really tough to do 2 things. I'm trying to build an army where Brad doesn't have to worry about playing on stream and then them saying that your models are not Games Workshop enough for you to play on stream. So that's one problem. But then at the same time, convert the army in a way that gives it a unique theme in Dark Eldar. So that's kind of tough.
Don't make it with Games Workshop parts because
You have to.
It's horrible if Brad has to play on stream. Then he'll end up like Alex Harrison or TJ Lanigan, right? It's better if it's off stream.
No, he can never end up like those guys because if you ever watch one of Brad's games, and I have to give him credit, he basically lets his opponent do whatever they want. And he's just like, yeah, do whatever you want. And then if he's ever called out on something, he's like, oh, okay, cool, my bad. So it's normal stuff. But yeah, and Brad never touches his own models.
Sort of the piss of the community.
I think you're taking a piss of the other guys. Yeah, you're trying to kind of.
No, not the other guys.
You kind of jab someone there.
I am the sole defender of the other guys. I'm taking the piss out of the community that heckles everyone as soon as something goes wrong on a stream.
You should stop defending actual cheaters. No, I'm just kidding. they're both gonna message me later and like call me out. No,
Just fucking stoking the fire.
they don't need any defense, Daniel. You can just keep defending Joe Cherry. That's the guy I like you defending. Keep defending that guy.
You guys are such good friends.
But yeah, no, I definitely want to make it a unique army for him, and it's just going kind of tough because Dark Eldar are very small models and they're hard to.
By the way, was
do
that
anything.
the what tournament did you have to crawl into the table? That was for Serbia.
Which one?
I want to start off with that story. By the way, it's already been told. I don't even care. because it just made me think of you said Joe Cherry, and you were so angry with him the whole weekend that you just followed him around and just waited for times that you could say something shitty to him right away. And then the next year was when you were so mad at Nick Radovani, and he just kept doing dumb shit to you, and Ellen was all the ways along.
Oh, dude, let's not talk about the Coca-Cola.
Tables pushed together.
God damn it.
And he's just sitting here and he's bitching and bitching. He's just like, I'm so fucking hungry. And Nick's just like, doing Nick stuff. And Ellen's like, why did I have to sit? Because he's pinned into this booth. Because we added a bunch of tables to a booth.
I just wanted to eat.
We're sitting here. Alan gets his food, gets a steak, and he finally has this look of happiness and literally takes his knife and goes to cut his piece. And Nick spills a full Coke onto his plate, and his steak just floats off the plate. And Alan goes under the table, crawls down, and I just give him some of my food because I'm pretty sure he was going to attack people if I didn't.
I think that's how carnitas is made. Like beef and Coke, right?
Tastes good. What's the problem?
They took the Mongolian barbecue to the next level and made it Mexican.
So nice. So
I'm
nice.
sure Carmona is happy.
Carmona's only happy at Subway.
Man.
Carmona's only happy at Subway. By the way, for anyone who listens to the podcast / videocast / whatever the hell we do, the three of us have like a group chat with a couple other Swedes in it, and I know they listen. And I was driving one day and I just saw a picture of I just saw a Subway in real life, took a picture of it and sent it to the group, and everyone just like dying of laughter because we just reminds us of Carmona's amazing quote, which needs to be on a shirt somewhere. I don't know.
Just taking girls out, taking them out on that fine dining expedition.
Yeah, dude. It's like, where would you go? What's a nice restaurant to go to that you like? Oh, I love going to Subway. It smells so good in there. The smell of bread. It's like there's more cake than bread. Oh God, I love it.
We got a Sweden burn coming in. And I've heard that Swedish men don't use terrain in their tournaments. Is this true?
What? Swedes don't use terrain in their tournament. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Someone commented. That's what Brad's saying. Someone's trying to gripe you.
I'm just a man of the people. I just say what they tell me.
I'm telling you, Brad. You need to check the internet for Atlantic City Open terrain pictures. Hey, if anybody watching saw that on Facebook, I can't find it right now, but there was a picture of a terrain board of what you can expect to see at Atlantic City. And I was telling Brad, like, if you play Dark Eldar on that board, you're going to lose. Because there's just...
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Well, we have a
ton of terrain in Sweden, I would say.
You just told me to try to learn how to use the internet, and I think that was foolish.
Yeah, no, I know you can't use the internet. I'm saying if anyone watching finds that on Facebook, because I saw it in my feed, like while I was on the toilet, and I don't know where it was, but I saw it and I was like, ooh, wow, this is pretty bad. You know what it looked like, Brad? And it might be wrong. I don't know, but if it is right, then it's a problem, and if it's not right, then whatever, it's not right. They'll clarify it, but it might have been a picture of LVO terrain. But what they've said is that they're going to follow the FLG standard terrain set, and I think that is LVO terrain still as of right now. The 2020.
Well, some of them be all right, but like
they'd all be bad because it's just two ruins.
The walls and the barricades would be fucking horrific. They don't do anything.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're typically always talking about terrain and how much we like it.
Yeah. Hey, Peter the Falcon's here, Brad. Wait. Time out, Brett. Time out, Daniel. Peter the Falcon's actually in the chat. He just said it's going to be LVO terrain. I just want you to know that, so you know that going into the event. I'm not trying to delay your Dark Eldar army. I mean, I am.
You were totally trying to delay my Dark Eldar army.
I mean, I am.
So,
but
everyone is complaining about Dark Eldar.
They got smashed this weekend.
Obscuring terrain a bit.
I'm not complaining about Dark. I don't think
No,
anyone's
Raiders aren't
complaining
always
about them.
On most every table, you can still see the SN. Those Raiders stick out forever. Adbeck was punishing Dark Eldar.
Okay, let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Hey,
I want my game.
nobody cares. Nobody really cares about Dark Eldar. There's just a massive amount of people that are very loud and vocal on the internet who complain about every new thing. They complained about Mortarion and Death Guard. They probably complained about Dark Angels and Inner Circle. Now they complain about Dark Eldar for a couple weeks. Everything works out. Like there's.
Oh shit!
It's not a big deal.
In all caps, by the way.
Yeah, LVO, but smaller tables. Why is Carmona all caps? I'm
I don't
famous in
know.
Sweden.
Apparently, he's famous in Sweden.
I just love how much
Subway
day
is
drinking.
always in
I
all
just,
caps,
I
right?
love how much day drinking Carmona does. It's like 10 o'clock, bro. It's like just smashed, like just doesn't care. He's like,
It's
whatever.
at least 7 here, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
He
That's
hasn't
that.
been
He's
canceled
already in
yet.
Sweden. He says he's famous in Sweden, Daniel. I like how he's addressing you, I think, in his comments, but you've never once in your life looked at the comments of any video we've ever done in the existence of our talking.
Never, but I really like Carmona. He should come here and drink with me. We have Subway in Sweden as well.
I'll bring him. I'll bring him next time I come. I'll bring him.
International Subway.
I'll bring him. I'll hide him in my suitcase.
No, but
Stay
here in
tipsy.
our 3 biggest tournaments this weekend were won by Ultramarines, Sisters, and White Scars.
Yeah, but being fair, John
is
Lennon.
awesome.
John Lennon won one of those. That doesn't count. What he plays doesn't matter. He's John Lennon. So he
Yeah,
won.
well,
He won one.
Does that count a lot when you just look at the Drakari thing also? Because a lot of the just really good players are doing that.
I think the other guys also didn't run into Drakari though. Like the top guys never played against a Drakari. I'm not trying to say
The White
Drakari's
Scars guy
like
did not play against Drakari.
Yeah.
Drakari was second in the Maryland Open. Kurt Phillips took that, and then Dan Kennedy was third, and those guys were all 3 undefeated.
Yeah.
Dan Kennedy was playing his AdMech list.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if you go to an event without terrain, Drakari are not top tier. I immediately take them out of
that's
top
funny.
tier and put them in
That's funny
top
be-
second tier with no terrain.
Maybe if you're playing the Coven with Talos and Cronus with -1 to wound, and
You'd like this, Daniel. The
Yeah.
Australians have actually switched their Dark Eldar list to be almost all Coven, and they've been running some Taloses and some Cronoses.
Yeah, you'd like
basically,
that.
Just putting all the super durable shit up there. All the flames.
super interesting list. It's not gonna get hit by a nerf bat at all. It's gonna endure. I think that's my prediction. Is after all the facts, FAQs and stuff, that's where the meta is gonna be.
So I want to talk about stats because people like throwing them around, and I'm not trying to insult anyone, but I highly doubt the vast majority of people understand statistics enough to even talk about them. So there's too many variables when you evaluate a win percentage of a codex. There's variables on player, terrain, location, right? Like if you get every good player switches to an army, I don't know, Dark Eldar, like Nick Brown, John Lennon, Brad Chester, and they go to multiple events, plus good players in small local areas all do the same thing, you're going to get a spike in data. If you have tournaments without terrain, they're going to have less of a Dark Eldar threat. If you have tournaments with more terrain, they're going to have more. If you have communities where people don't understand what Dark Eldar does because they're not up in the meta, and you have one guy who does know what they do, automatic advantage. Plus, codex creep. You just automatically have there's a knowledge barrier to new codexes that a lot of people don't get familiar with until they go to an event and they play against it. So you're going to see a spike. Let's see what the Dark Eldar win rate is after a year, not after a month and a half or 2. Like the statistics there are just meaningless because percentages are great, but you need counts too to make the percentage matter. Like it's just a fact. So, I mean, I would just give it some time. And again, I think everyone complains about everything.
The real percentage would be take away everyone that normally wins the tournament anyway.
Yeah.
The same people, because the same people are in the top.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's the same.
It's the same people.
I mean, it's the same in Sweden. I think in Sweden we've had the same top 10 players the last 5 years. It doesn't matter what they're playing. They're just consistently good with whatever they're doing, right? Take away those and see what the percentage of wins are then.
The thing is I think the Dark Eldar are actually very easily solvable as far as like the things that need to be nerfed. The only thing that they have that is super out of the ordinary is the fact that the Raider is skewed for its points. If you basically gave that a slight points buff or nerf, I actually think that you would see a much different on that.
Yeah, and I'm well aware that Peter is a stats guy. So am I. That's fine. I'm not trying to argue that people are not stats guys. But 70% win rate over 2 months in 2K games is nothing when you compare it to the number of games Space Marines have and the duration of time with Space Marines. It's a much larger sample scale. So you're going to see things average out. Like it's just going to happen. And if it doesn't happen in 6 to 9 months or when you have an accurate sample size, then you can say, okay, there is something here. But like in 2 months, it's not enough. Space Marine's been out for a year.
I agree with both of you.
Yeah,
What you're saying and what he put in chat, I do agree. You fix the Raider and tweak the Dark Technomancer just a little bit. I actually think that the problem is that people are bitching so much that I don't want to see the nerf back get swung, I'm fine with anything because everybody knows I drive the bandwagon. I'll just jump onto the next army that's good. I don't care. I have no loyalty. So if they become bad, I immediately push the ejector seat button and go.
Which is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life because I'm spending so many hours building this goddamn army. Like you just caused me so much just pain.
PJ,
Like,
that's gonna happen 100%.
like, okay, then I have one condition, Brad. When you stop playing this Dark Eldar army, I come over to your house and I break the whole thing with a sledgehammer in front of you.
I mean, I'll bring it to you and you can break it.
Okay, cool.
It'll die if you come to my house.
Yeah, that's true. Good dogs. Stupid
Brad
dogs.
doesn't have a cleaning lady, so don't bring it. It's just-
Literally shoot on him, and
You
he
can
will-
make it in my place. I have a cleaning lady.
You mean your wife? What?
No, I have a Polish cleaning lady. I don't know her name, but
You have a legit Polish cleaning lady that you don't know her name.
yeah.
Daniel's like, I just know her underwear color.
Oh, you say you're Arnold and the cleaning lady? This is ridiculous.
Yo, watch out for Arnold, bro. That's a dangerous route to take. You always end up in Brad place.
I think this is that what I don't want to happen is that there's a couple things that you could easily fix, like with small adjustments, and they would put the army directly back in line. And I don't want them to get hit with multiple nerfs and the army be unplayable. You know what I'm saying? And they've done that multiple times.
I think you just need to take care of the succubus.
I agree with what you're saying, Brad, but I sort of disagree because I think there's probably 15, 20 viable builds, and at least 5 to 7 of them is not very dependent on raiders.
For those who don't know, though, Daniel, sorry, Brad, what's the raider thing that they need to change? Because I know the succubus thing definitely needs to change because the 65-point model that can do all that's kind of crazy.
It's just probably undercosted. They're just it's for its points. Like Adam Lane and I do, excuse me, do a math hammer clinic where we go over that, and the durability points per wound is basically super high. Its durability is off the charts compared to the rest of the army.
It's basically because it has a 5-up invo in base,
And
and,
it's
you can
T6
put a
and
-1 to hit on it if it's
Yep.
a cabal or a cover or
It's
a
just-
cabal or a cult.
It is a high durability for its points. But the thing is that the army is still unbelievably easy to kill with a lot of things that aren't, we're not talking about the Talus Chronos and whatnot because they haven't really come out yet. But the things that are getting played right now with the high win rate are very fragile. That's why AdMech have been doing very well. You're seeing a lot of people doing really well with AdMech because they just piece out those raiders, and then you've got a bunch of T3 shit. You know what I mean? It's got to be speed dynamic Armada because the whole army is literally based on being a pirate raiding force. It's supposed to be super fast, a glass cannon, which it is. It trades up very, very well. But if you take too many things away from them, the army becomes awful, which it was before. It was a bad army back and forth for many editions.
Pro tip to Space Marine players: bring some bolters. They're good.
Bring some Contemptor dreadnoughts.
Make Razorwing Flock good again.
Yeah.
What?
It's just there. The thing is with that is there's a very small. Also, the meta's got to change. People just are very lazy about fucking changing their army.
Yeah, no one wanted to change. That was the weirdest thing about the whole thing. Dark Eldar are crazy good. Why don't you look at transports? No, I'll never look at a transport ever in my life. I refuse.
Now, I played a all-walking Space Marine army this weekend. The guy almost started to cry. I felt sorry about him. But it's not my fault. It's his fault. He was like, yeah, I'm going to bring something that was good 6 months ago, decent 6 months ago. And then he's like walking with sword guys with shields against Dark Eldar. It's horrible. It's like, I can't do anything and you can just go up and kill me. It's like, yeah, because you have no speed, man.
I mean, well, the thing is people are changing. Like, for instance, Lenin's Ultramarine army was literally 2 Invictors, 2 Redemptors, 2 Contemptor Dreadnoughts. And he literally played Dark Eldar, went, hey, cool, I go first, all your raiders are dead. Literally killed every raider in the army, turn 1. They got to assault some stuff, and then he shot him at the port. It's just, that can happen a lot of times. AdMech does the same thing, and I'm not saying that Dark Eldar are not strong. I'm saying that people weren't changing their lists at all to deal with this.
Yeah, no.
And you're going to have to change this because
people also instigate, Brad. Like James Carmona's on the chat right now talking about how crazy Dark Eldar is, but I call him on his cell phone and he's like, "Oh, I got this chaos, like the worst army in the I got this chaos army that wrecks Dark Eldar. I made these changes and these tweaks and this and this and that, and it just does really well." I'm like, all right, cool. You know, there's a way to do it with anyone. You know, you can tweak things to make it more efficient against what's winning.
Right. And what the thing is,
I mean, a pro tip here could be skip on chaos because they suck, even if they can kill Dark Eldar. But I mean, you can do it with all the other good codexes like Harlequins, Sisters, Admech, Space Marines. There's a ton of codexes out there that are super competitive and really good that you can definitely tweak just a little bit and make them competitive against Dark Eldar for sure.
And the cool thing is sometimes when you make a tweak like that and you counter Dark Eldar super hard, you'll notice that you counter other things hard too that are also trying to counter the Dark Eldar. So other players are like, oh, I'm going to go, yeah, like Harlequins or something else. But you
Harlequins play the same as Dark Eldar. I don't understand why this is like a.
I think it's even I think it's even bigger than that though, Daniel.
Guys in a boat.
No, I think it's even bigger than that. I think it's like you counter some of the other counters. Like let's say for example, there's a Sisters player or an IG player or another Marine player, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna counter Dark Eldar by doing X. Well, now John's list, who's countering Dark Eldar, also counters their new version as well. You know, like he might not even have known about that.
Counter, man. You got to figure new Sisters book comes up. Everything that you do in your army to counter Sisters counters the new sister, or counters Dark Eldar, starts to counter new Sisters. Anything that you put in your army that has a ton of volume also helps you against the new orcs. You know what I mean? So it's just
nothing's going to help you against the new orcs.
It was the same. Yes, because
they're going to be broken as hell.
But the thing is that the meta stayed the same for like a long time. It was just elite Marine armies on elite Marine armies, and that was it. And now we have to change. Exactly. You don't need to nerf your army, but you need to make your army more versatile. Everybody was making their armies, myself included, with just basically being able to kill it at 24-inch range.
Yeah, and Peter's totally right. If we get some numbers, you know, like if we can do some comparable, I'm sure he has all the numbers actually. So if we can get like a comparable time frame, like what was the first 6 months of Space Marines and what was their win percentage? And then what's the first 6 months of Dark Eldar and what's their win percentage? And if we can get almost close to, if not the exact same events in that total, that would be very meaningful to look at that, to see, hey, how did this actually fluctuate? Because I would bet anything. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but I would bet something. I don't know how much. I'm not really a betting guy.
Games, though, because of COVID, though.
I know, but still, if you take a comparable amount of games for a comparable amount of time frame for Space Marines, and you compare it now to the same time frame or the same number of games, as close as you can get it to Dark Eldar, I would argue that the Space Marine win percentage overall is going to be higher, or at least one brand of Space Marines will be higher than Dark Eldar will be. I honestly think that will be the case after like at least a 6 month period. Because we need to let people like respond, right? Like you're seeing people like John Lennon are responding right away, right? I'm sure Brad, you will have an ability to respond right away. Sean Naden, probably the first guy to respond, right? Went to the Texas event with an army that beats Dark Eldar.
Anti-Dark Eldar.
Yeah, first guy to respond, right? But these are the outliers. These are the leaders of the meta. These are the guys that are, you know, on the Z-score 3, right? They're way outside the mean, right? We need that thing to balance out. We need to get to that first Z-score, and then we can move forward after that, right? And I think that's 6 months. If you look on average, that's 6 months. And in 6 months, I think you'll see a much more steadier line. And then you'll see people online bitching about, I don't know, orcs or whatever. Yeah. Or, you know, well, what are we going to do with T5 orcs? There's 180 on the board. How am I supposed to counter this? You know, or whatever orcs come out with, you know, whether they have some damage or some speed or whatever they get. But I'm assuming they're going to get something that helps them out. And people are going to be complaining about that. So I think it's the same thing.
All of the yes.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, just shifts.
Like in every edition, every codex release, it's always the same thing. It's like it's not interesting. The only thing that I ever
it makes the game fun though. I think.
No,
I think it makes the game fun.
I don't mind
adjusting my list all the time. I love it.
No, you just switch to the next thing. That's not adjusting your list. You just switch.
Technically, I adjusted my list.
No, you just jump on the next thing. You don't adjust anything. You're like, this is the new hotness. All right, I got the new hotness.
I think the game is in a good place because if you compare it to end of 7th, it was.
Let's never talk about end of 7th.
No.
Oh, come on. I have 47 rhinos back there that say end of 7th was awesome. Screw you guys.
I mean, now I feel you can build still, even though Dark Elder is so good, you can still build shit and get points and have an interesting game.
Brad, James Carmona has banned you from Chaos, but you just played a tournament with Chaos. That's kind of weird.
I just played a tournament of Chaos, yeah.
Yeah. I think Brad's in because he did go to a tournament this weekend with Chaos.
I do. I still do.
He was forced to do it.
Hey, I went 3-0 with the nonsense, and I placed the same place that Daniel placed.
Brad plays. No, but Daniel, you are
6-0.
You are correct, Daniel. That is correct. I agree with you on all accounts, my friend.
I also love Death Guard. I love all of my armies equally. They're all.
No. He played straight up Chaos Space Marines. He didn't play Death Guard. He played
No, I played CSM. I played fucking 2 defilers.
He played Terminator, Slanesh, Terminators.
He
played
2 Terminators, a unit of bikes,
Yeah.
A Disco Lord and a Flawless Host patrol, and a Keeper of Secrets.
Why did he do this, Brad?
Someone in his other podcast asked him to play Chaos.
Yeah.
Or bet him to play Chaos.
CSM he would send me, and he sent me this, and I said, "Fuck it." It was CSM and soup, Chaos soup, and it was delicious.
And
Someone on your other podcast? You mean someone on the internet in general?
I am everywhere.
he's everywhere. He's in all places at all times.
Places.
It's like an Inception. Bradception.
If you win on 40K anything and you don't see me, well, you're probably not looking at 40K.
This is
you went to a Shoots and Ladders board.
Dude, Shoots and Ladders. It's a solid.
Shoots and Ladders is the bomb.
Solid game. Solid game right there.
What's Shoots and Ladders?
The snooze just came out.
Shoots and Ladders, bro?
He's from Sweden.
Well, I'm Swedish. I should know this.
Daniel, do you play the Swedish? Do you play the Swedish log game where you like set up logs like wooden blocks, like about not 20 meters, but like maybe 5 meters away from each other, and then there's a middle block in the middle, and then the goal is to throw wooden blocks to knock. Yeah, you gotta get to the king, but you gotta knock the other ones off first, and if you knock one, you get to throw it, and that creates a new throwing zone.
Yeah,
I love that game, dude. I could play that game all the time. What is it called?
Cube.
Yeah, I love Cube.
Are you making shit up now?
No, it's a really cool game, Brad. You would love it. It's strategic because you have to knock down. So you have to so it's a little bit of hand-eye coordination in the very beginning, but then after that, you get to place your opponent's cubes, and you get to place them in a way where you get to like move closer to throw them. It's actually really fun. I like it a lot. It's a backyard game. So
Cube.
Yeah,
it's a really good game.
Cube. Yeah, it's a Swedish game.
Coming next time, we're gonna play Cube.
Yeah, well, I would love to play Cube. I just don't want to wrestle. No wrestling for me. I'm done. I'm retired.
I'm done with wrestling.
I retired.
I'm old.
You've retired.
If I'm gonna warn the Swedish community. If anyone tries to wrestle me when I'm at your house next time, I'm literally swinging as hard as I can. And then I'll go to the hospital.
Don't do that.
Are you gonna hit anybody though, or are you just gonna hit the ghost?
The ghost is there always. That was a deflect move. This time it's closed fists straight, just like Irish boxing. I'm gonna Irish box people I'm just gonna straight up Irish boxing, no shoulder at all, just straight hip.
just elbow.
Yeah, I'm excited. Edward Miller, shout out to Candyland, baby.
I did send a picture in our chat, by the way.
Shout out to Candyland. I do love me some Candyland. But
sometimes you get sacrificed whether you win or you lose.
Facts.
So how's the tournament scene in the States now?
We have a lot of tournaments going on. Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's tournaments all over the place.
3 in a row. I've got a 52-man RTT this Saturday.
That's kind of weird.
I hate you, man.
And then I've got...
What are you playing for that? You need to play like max points. Like it has to get max 100, 100, 100. I heard Chinork Warcoptas can do that.
Yeah, except they're illegal now, so I'd score 0, 0,
Oh, that sucks. That sucks for you, man. I don't know how you're gonna do it. So
I don't know. You won't get back in the zone for me, so we can't talk about it.
You should play Space. You should play that Space Wolf list. That Space Wolf list that does like heroic interventions in 6 inches and like has all of the 2+, 4+ guys on jetpacks and lightning claws and like just runs up with the characters, has a whole bunch of fight last abilities. I would play that.
That is fun. I've seen a couple Spacewalk lists that I really.
Well, I think that list has that list only wins by 100. So you're either gonna lose a game or you're winning your games by 100. So just take that army because like you're not. There's no game you're not getting 100 or 0. It's like you're either losing or you're 100.
Bobby of 40K.
Yeah, no, seriously, you should do that. If it's an RTT, okay, if it's an RTT of 52 players, the only way to win is to get 300s. That's it. There's no other option. You need 300s. So like, why would you?
There was no other option but violence.
Why would you go with anything else? I would literally just go with that. Hope you get lucky draws. Like that list can only get beaten by like 4 or 5 things total.
I would probably take Dark Eldar, build a solid list, and just take 300.
You're not going to. I don't think Dark Eldar is going to do it. I think Dark Eldar is going to get like a 92, maybe an 88, stuff like that, like around there. It's not going to be hundreds.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
Okay, bet you don't get 300s.
I'm going with my list that I'm taking to the Armed Forces and the Atlantic City, and I'm going to slap down 2 98s and 100.
I doubt it. You're gonna take like scramblers or some shit twice. You're like, I don't know.
And you're gonna end up in Brad's place because someone else
took my Space Wolf. Yeah, took my Space Wolf army. Yeah, and they got 100. I would literally just take that Space Wolf list. That thing is stupid.
Carmona, if this doesn't have decimators in it, I'm not even talking about it.
If it's Carmona's list, it does have decimators. Did he send his list? I know his list by heart.
Double decimators. Dude, I'm telling you, I fucking love the idiot with the crown, the Crimson Crown with decimators. That dude
Crimson Crown.
Ooh.
Crimson Crown.
This is gross, man. I disagree with you, Daniel. I think the Chaos has some fucking serious play.
Yeah, Daniel hates Chaos.
The statistics has really proven that during 8th, 9th. I totally agree with you, Brad.
I already told him a similar list to Carmona's.
It requires an amount of
skill. Daniel's like, your list is trash. This is terrible. Why would you ever do this to yourself? This is like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like you should just like go home, shoot yourself, call it a day. Like like don't even bother. That's literally Daniel's response to this list. So
there is a meme out there that says Chaos Space Marines, and then it's the book, and underneath it's like a Japanese or Chinese kung fu master, and the meme is we purposefully trained him wrong.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that list is sponsored by Subway, by the way, just so you guys know.
Dude, it's double Terminators with fucking 1 plasma, 1 Melta. They can use the prints to get there for fucking auto, a giant noise marine unit, Dark Apostle, Chaos Lord, 2 decimators that are with the master possession, of course, that are using the Bloodmaster with the Crimson Crown to fucking spam fucking mortals like a motherfucker.
He must have changed his list because I don't remember the Terminators in there, but that's fine.
Does the Terminators include onions and olives?
Ooh.
Bro, you get as many free veggies as you want in that Chaos list, yo. That doesn't mess around.
I'm trying to read it, but I can't catch up to it. It's too much. It's moving.
It's too much.
So, Alan, what's your next tournament?
I'm going to the June event. I think maybe I don't know. I might. I'm currently in this thing called indentured servitude of building an army, and it's not going well. So.
Well, one of us did procrastinate a lot because Alan was like, "Well, I was going to do this, this, and this." I go, "You haven't even pretended to start heavy." He's like, "Well, technically, no, I have not started at all."
Thinking about what you're going to build is starting.
I feel like you thought about it once, and then you thought about how you weren't going to start. Those are the only thoughts that came in.
I never think about how I'm not going to start. I just don't start. Just not thinking about it leads to not starting. That is the trick.
Tournament's going to happen pretty soon, isn't it?
That is the trick,
I should fucking think about this.
Meh, there's always time later for things. I legit have not worked on a single model.
What's your thoughts about the WTC tournament in Austria in October? You think you guys can fly here by then?
I don't know.
I'm not doing anything. I'm out for like a year. I'll do Adepticon teams.
Yeah,
I'll do Adepticon teams, and I'm out. That's it. So I just come here to see you guys and say hi, like live vicariously through you.
There's no way that you're not going to show up at a random tournament with a fake name.
That's probably gonna happen. I'll do something like really nice for Amela, and she'll be like, "Yeah, you can go to the tournament. Go ahead. I'll take care of the baby." I'll be like, "What's up?" I didn't. And then Charles Bouillet just shows up. Fucking Charles, god damn it, came in here with Orcs T5,
That guy's
7
fucking
wounds.
wild, man.
I heard Orc boys are toughness 5 in the next codex, and they have 4 wounds each. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Now you're just making shit up.
No, I that's what I heard. I heard they have 4 wounds apiece. Oh, sorry, Meganobs. Meganobs have 4 wounds apiece, and they went up to T5.
All the boys just have 4 wounds apiece. That
Yeah.
would be an awesome army.
No, oh damn, my camera.
Boys are 4 points apiece, and they have
1 point a wound.
1 point a wound.
You can just make them 18 wounds if you want for 18 points. It's fine.
You just play what you need to play.
No, I heard the Meganobs have 4 wounds T5. I'm very excited. Damage
That's
4.
probably gonna happen.
Damage 4 saws.
I mean, they're supposed to be super tough. So
Kill saws. Kill
that's
saws are going to be
gonna happen.
damage 4. It's going to be really good, man. I'm excited. These are the things I hear. I heard through the grapevines.
Exactly.
I don't hear shit.
60. Falcon's got it. Casual 360 wound list with some boys there.
Oh, Dennis
4
Love.
wounds,
Dennis Love is
5
on here.
wounds.
I got to answer some of these questions because they're actually interesting. Carmona, go to Subway. Get out of here.
Oh, to go to Subway.
Dennis Love asked me about the Space Wolf list. So there's Brad. You say all of the things that are real. So there's a Space Wolf list, Dennis, where you can have like
All right.
units
Look,
that move. Shut up, Brad. The units that can heroically intervene 6 inches based on strat, and then they're free for characters. And then you have like a
That's Space Wolves.
that's Space Wolves. Yeah.
Wolves.
But then they have a Space Wolf clan that on 6s to hit in close combat causes 2 extra hits.
That's Space Wolves.
That would
But
be
there's a
Space
clan.
Wolves Also.
Yeah,
And
there's
you
a
can
clan.
Basically, do successor chapter.
Yeah, that's the one. You do that
Want
one.
a successor chapter with Whirlwind of Rage.
Whirlwind of Rage. That's the one. And then 2
which means
Vanguard. I
it's
like the 2. They're not called.
They're Wolfguard, but
Wolfguard.
they're Vanguard vets.
Yeah, but they're not Vanguard vets. They're Wolfguard
Sure, they're Wolfguard with the
with
exact
jump
same
packs and lightning
They're
claws
Vanguard
and
vets.
storm shields.
Vanguard.
Yeah. So you take 2 of those units, they're brutal. They're brutal because 6s to hit is insane. I wouldn't take 3. I'd just take 2. And then like I would take a chaplain, a
You
Judicar.
take the smaller ones because they can't combat squads. So you take 3 5s.
Yeah, you could do that too. You take 3 5s. Yeah, because their kill power is so like insane. Like 5 guys are just gonna like erase stuff.
You can take two Thunder Hammers, 3 Lightning Claws, and you just smash into people.
Yes, you do this.
Take 1 or 2 units of Thunderwolf Cav because you can always threaten the 6-inch heroic, and
As
then you
long
take
as
the
they
li-
charge.
and then you take the exactly, and the advance and charge. You take a librarian
And
Yes.
chaplain on a bike. You take a chaplain on a
and
bike.
then, and then you cast Stormcaller, which makes everybody in 6 count as being in
Cover.
terrain, which gives you a 1-up save on the people that have or Storm Shields,
Yes.
which is
Which
basically
everyone
everyone. And then you use the strat for everybody within 6 inches is -1 to hit.
That's all the stuff. Yeah, you do that, and then it's amazing. And you
And
just
then on top of
move
this,
up.
you add on all the you strike last, which you have.
You have Armor of
Armor
Rust,
of
you have
Rust,
Murderous
you have
Hurricane.
the chaplain guy, and you have a spell, right?
yeah, you have a spell too. Yeah.
Murderous Hurricane, the spell. You
Yeah.
give the
You
librarian.
can also
has
take a
Stormcaller,
lieutenant. You can take a lieutenant with something, I think, too. There
Arts of
was
War.
yeah, that's it.
So that everything within 6 inches is upside.
Yeah.
And you push up, you go balls deep on your opponent. Your games are super fun. You have more time to drink.
Yeah. So your games are amazing. And in an
Which is
RTT,
also fun.
of 3 rounds and only 3 rounds, your chances of winning those 3 rounds by like 100 are, in my opinion, very high. This army
You
list
also-
is not
also
going to win a
flying
5
shit,
round, not
you
going to win a
literally
6
have-
round.
All your characters are in jump packs. So basically you can fuck up flyers too. because you have all
There's
those
a big
guys just
there's a big
trash.
thing that I would make sure you do also in that list. 3 units of infiltrators in that army.
Just to push out.
3
Yeah.
units. Triangle
Yeah,
triangle
it's 30.
formation. I would go 3 units of infiltrators in a triangle formation. That's a must. So my opponent had 4. I think 4 is overkill. I think 3 is the right number.
Butterfly formation.
Yeah. So I would do that. And man, that army list is fun to play. It erases anything in close combat. It's very resilient. If you go first, your opponent has a turn and only 1 turn to do anything about it because you're on them. Because you can get pluses to charge in that list. You can get a lot of really good stuff, and it's just super super aggressive. And in an RTT where you only play 3 opponents,
It's fun.
the likelihood
It's
of
super
you
fun, too.
doing very well is very high. That's why I told Brad, I'm like, play that in a 52-person RTT because you need hundreds Otherwise, there's no point to keep going. And this list
There's
is
gonna be,
basically
like, so many undefeateds too.
it's mid. Yeah, it's gonna be a ton of undefeateds. But if you go you're mid table turn 1, and then you're on them turn 2. And if you don't get turn 1, you just kind of hide it, and you have resiliency. You don't fully die, and the infiltrators keep things far away on that turn 2. You're top of 2 if your opponents. Your infiltrators kind of save you.
If you're playing a Dark Technomancer, the Dark Eldar list, you're just not there anymore after turn 1.
You still get all your saves. It's only -2, so you're still getting 3.
I mean, you got to play it. You got to play it smart, right? Like
if you have cover as well.
yeah, if you have cover, you still are there.
Cover with
If you go first, and if you go first and you take cover in the middle of the board, you're still there. You can also push up with the infiltrators, kind of aggressive, and try to do something with them. I mean, there's a lot of plays you can make with that list. But you're right, Daniel. There are hard counters. I'm not saying it's the best army list in the world. I'm saying that in a 52-person event,
it's
very fun, and your odds of doing very well are high. I think they're higher.
It's also cooler to win with that than the standard Dark Eldar Succubus list. So
yeah,
I concur. I concur.
It's way cooler. You can go to the tournament with a giant red, thunderbolt painted over your eye. You could be like a son of a Viking, of a Space Wolf Viking, or something.
I was very close to painting my face blue.
What's
and
like a
putting
thing?
On my kilt for the last tournament.
You should do that, dude. You should do that. Are you playing an Irish army? I don't understand. I'm very confused.
Irish.
Scottish army.
I think the Scottish people will.
Scottish.
They're probably gonna kill you.
The screen.
It's my island. Oh man, I missed that movie.
Shit.
I need to watch that again.
We actually had like an actual focus at the beginning
There
of the
was.
podcast.
There was a fancy dress. What? We had a focus? We never have a focus.
We were going to talk about a couple of tournament things, and then we went some other places. I like them though. I like the places we went. It seemed good.
I like Peter. Peter goes, LOL, 4 wound boys. Casual 360 wound army.
You should have more fancy.
I think boys should go to 2 wounds if they're still T4, or they should go to 1 wound but T5. Or
they're probably going to 1 wound and T5. That's my guess.
Or they need to have like way higher damage. Like all their weapons are like if your armor save is better than your armor save can never be better than a 4 against Choppas again. And
dude,
it's got
I love that rule.
Like they need to bring that back. Yeah, they need to bring that back.
Orcs had that.
Correct.
I love that.
Like they need something. They need something. They either need better damage, so they hit harder, and you could do that by Choppas. Only allow you to have a 4+, regardless of whatever the fuck your rule is. You only get a 4. That's it. End of story.
I really think that the clans need to have more flavor, though. I think that it makes it balance also. Well, it should just make a difference.
Well, I mean, Space Marines don't make a difference. I'd be surprised if Orcs make a difference. I mean, with Primaris and everything, all the Space Marine chapters are pretty much the same, just subtle differences in what your benefits are. I would assume Orcs are the same way. It's gonna be the same thing. Speed Freaks +2 to this if you're Speed Freak unit, if +1 if you're not, blah 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 blah. You know, all the same stuff. So, I mean, I would like to see freebooters.
Orc sucks in 9th.
Yeah, Orcs suck right now, but if they get a new book and they're
they suck in the new codex.
Why?
Why would you put that evil on us?
Why would you put that evil on me, Ricky?
Because I don't want to play it. My back hurts too much.
You're gonna switch. You would switch to Orcs too? I mean, I'm an Orc player, so like I would 100% play Orcs. Like half of that shelf back there is all Orcs.
My first army in '92 was Orcs, man.
I mean, I'm totally willing to switch to Orcs because I'll ask Alan if I could use Orcs.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that. There was a fancy Adam Lane asked for more fancy events. There was a fancy event.
Dress.
Yeah, there was a fancy dress event in San Diego. It was the Broadside Bash had a formal event where they actually gave an award to like best dressed. So I showed up in a tuxedo pajama pants outfit.
Nice.
Like full silk, full tie.
Was it a tuxedo t-shirt?
It was a tuxedo. No, it was an actual tuxedo, but pajama like material. It was all silk. It was very comfortable. All of the buttons were actual push pins kind of thing, the push button thing. So it was really nice.
Dude, you were fancy. I didn't even know you were this fancy.
Yeah. I look good. I'll put it up in the chat.
Did you win?
I did win. I won best dressed. So
nice.
It was a nice award. And then I also won the tournament too. I got a big ass green skull. It's the one right there. It's right.
Double trouble. I love what's happening here.
Right there.
This is true.
We only see the hippie background.
Dave will play the fuck out of Orcs with Crom.
Crom.
Dude, he's got some of the sickest shit I've ever seen. They've run some campaigns and shit out of his house with his boys, and he's got some serious fucking models and terrain that they've played on. They're pretty fucking impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some pics.
Yeah. Oh, Ed asked me why am I out for Ed. I'm having a kid, Ed. That's why I'm going to be out for a little while. I have my first child is going to be born in July, so I'm going to take a little break from 40K, probably for a little bit.
His first child named Brad Daniel fucking Pajama Pants.
Great name for a girl. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, Brad. I mean, I told you.
Brad, come here, Brad.
Brad Jelena Hesselberg.
Brad Jelena Hesselberg.
Jelena Hesselberg.
Bajramovic. That's 100% the way we're gonna go. Thanks, Ed. But yeah, no, but Brad is correct. I probably will randomly show up at an event called like Dirk Diggler and just like
there's
take
zero
first.
chance you're not gonna just show up. The best was just the last tournament you showed up at when you said that someone will have the models that you were bringing for me, and then you just went, "Hey man, here's your stuff," and I'm like, "The fuck? When did you even get here?" And then you drove back the same day.
Yeah, I did. I drove back the same day because I lost to you in the second round. And I was like, no reason to stay here anymore. No, it's not because I play chaos. Because this guy made like freaking 1 million 2+ saves, bro. He just needed to fail. I just needed that aggressor unit to die. Okay, Daniel. And then I would have killed the bike unit, and it would have been game over for Brad, or at least super uphill for him. And then none of that happened.
Adam does have the best. You should start going to tournaments.
The world's smallest violin thing only for the case players. Hey, you said so good.
Oh my God, Adam Lane has the best idea ever. Just go to events and just like lose intentionally.
And play as me though.
I love this idea. Just sign up as Brad Chester. Bring the dumbest army ever. You know what we should do, Brad? One weekend we should both go to different tournaments. I'll sign up as Brad Chester. You be Brad Chester. And then, like, I'll try to win, though. And then they'll be like, Brad Chester's so good. He won 2 events in the same weekend.
Same time.
He left this event, went to this other one. He was playing on both tables.
And he's cloning himself.
This guy's nuts.
They would see through that shit, though, very easily. Because you have to end up second place.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. They'd be like, this has got to be fake. Brad can never get first place. He needs to be in second. I
could win the ITC with only seconds.
No.
Like, all of the majors. Play second at every major.
I mean, yeah, if you play second at every major, yeah, it's possible. Yeah. I think it's possible. If you got second at LVO and you got second at like Adepticon and you got second at Nova, some of these events are not happening. And then if you got second at like any of the other big ones, if you got 5 of them in a row, yeah, I think, is it still 5 scores? I don't know. It was 5 when I did it. Okay, 6 scores now?
6 scores.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to end up second at the Adepticon team tournaments because I'm going to win it with Alan.
2-year champs, 2-year back-to-backs. Technically, we're 4-year consecutive champions.
Hey, I'm currently sitting at 3 years running ATC and trios champ.
So if I win the next Adepticon, Brad, I can say I'm a 5-year defending champ of Adepticon teams. You know, the saddest part about Adepticon being canceled is that it's canceled. I'd rather lose than it be canceled ever again. I'd rather lose.
Alan logic right there. You're not wrong. Alan.
I would rather lose to the end of time.
The saddest part about it being canceled is it's canceled.
Yeah. 100%.
Makes me sad as well. I don't even want to go back to Chicago, but I have to.
Yeah.
I want to go to Austria and play in this big tournament.
What did Kevin say? Kevin said, nah, because Sean will have first. You'll lose. Sean who? Naden? First in what?
He's saying he'll have first in tournaments.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You said you'll get second at all of them, and he's saying Sean will have first in all of them. Yeah. Well, then yeah, you will lose. But I don't know. I think Sean just won. Has Sean won a major yet? The big ones?
He won the
with the crazy list.
Crazy list.
Was that a major?
Yeah. He won. He's like the king of Texas right now. He's literally been in the top.
Oh yeah, he got second, even though he lost to Mark. He still ended up in second at the end, right?
And he won the other one.
Okay, then he won the other one. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. He's literally going to do 3 or 4 Texas tournaments. They seriously have, for whoever places the best in Texas, they have a giant rhinestone like WWE belt they give away as the king of Texas.
I have this belt.
I mean, that seems like reason alone to go
It's
to Texas.
non-rhinestone. There's no rhinestones. I got to show on both cameras now. So here's for you guys to see it.
We don't see it.
Oh well, then fuck you guys. And then here's the rhinestone belt over here. So this is probably the weirdest belt buckle I ever won ever.
Wrong camera.
Well, you can't. Can you?
There we go.
No, don't see shit.
Well, whatever. It's a lame. It's a lame belt. I'll show you later. I gotta go to Skype and turn off my background.
All of the goodness, my friends.
Alan, have you moved back more into the zone?
Are you back into the zone? Are you closer to the zone after this, Alan? This is what we need to know.
Yeah, I think I am. I think this meeting made me closer to the zone, except for the comment where Brad was like, "As soon as Dark Elder's not good, I'm never playing him again." That part sucked. That was a bad part. That was a bad part of my zone. I feel like that was such a low that like I can only go up from here.
You have to be in the zone. I have faith in you and your modeling skills and your awesomeness skills.
You don't have to like lie to me anymore. Like I'm gonna do it because I said I'm gonna do it. I'm a man of my word. So you don't have to like.
I agree on all of these.
You could just stop
also,
lying.
If
you don't have to lie anymore.
I'm going to punch you in the penis until you die.
You're not gonna do shit to me because I'll knock you out.
I don't know why you say crazy stuff like that. That's just. Oh God. Get ended on good jokes.
All I would do is just steal all of your meds, wait 12 hours, and then like walk up to you and poke you with one finger, and you would die.
You've got a point there. I just don't like where you went with it.
I just need to steal your thyroid medication, and it's done. Like I won everything ever. So
stay away from my blue pills.
I know which ones they are.
We all do. We chase them all over Europe.
The penis punch is a legit finisher, says Peter the Falcon.
Said that American scripts are basically fake and written in crayon. Go away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Stockholm was like, no, we don't give drugs to anyone.
Like,
die.
Yeah,
just go die somewhere.
Another doctor.
Brad's like, please, can you help me? And they're like, no, we can't help anyone. We don't help people. We just take money from them. 68% of everything they make. But we help no one. We help no one. Bye. Follow the color. Follow the yellow color on the line.
It's ready to dance up?
No, I refuse.